and welcome to today's training. I am glad that we are able um, to meet up again. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank a very wonderful evening to all of us. And then I also want to thank Mr. Zakios, who has been working behind the scene, making sure that we are able to do this. We had wanted to do it before, but one thing or the other, we couldn't do it the last time. But want to say thank you for effort that you put in. Uh, it is well appreciated. Okay, yesterday we look at building a strong, sustainable team, organization. And then we understand that we need to be very, very strategic. And then, of course, we need to really build a structure. We learned that from Dr. Bankini yesterday. The video is on. I will share with the group later on. Now, today we are going to be. It's going to be practical, and I'm going to bring. I'm going to be contextualizing the. I'm going to be contextualizing the teaching. Why? Because we are together. This is our team, and then also I might also be taking various instances, and I want us to also be open to learning, open to asking questions, open to airing our views. It will be more of question based. Um, let me start by asking this question. All of us are leaders in our respective schools, communities, environment, organizations, and that. And at one point or the other, we have been at one position or the other in our journey in the education space. So I want to ask a question. Um, which of the team, did you enjoy? You want, this is what is called experience sharing. I want one or two persons. So I want to have diverse views. I want one or two persons to share an experience with me. If you have been in a particular team before, and then you really enjoy that team, tell us what happened. Tell us why you really enjoy the team. What makes the team unique, and everything. And I also want somebody, one again, person. Maybe you have been in a particular team, you didn't really enjoy it. Tell us what happened, what transpired, what made you lose interest, and so on. So, like I said, we are starting with experience sharing. Okay, so I want to, if you want to share with us, and then in my own case, this is our own meeting now. It's our own training now. Everybody must talk because I know yesterday, Dr. Bankini was just trying to. Okay, so I want to hear from us. Um, Share with us. You have been in a team before, and then you enjoy the team. Tell us what made you enjoy it. Tell us the process. What was unique about that team, and so on like that. Who wants to go? Who wants to share an experience with us? Who would love to share an experience with us? Uh, who would love to share an experience with us? If you are not sharing, I'll have to call name. Okay, Mrs. Valencia, thank you for wanting to share. God bless you. Okay, let's have you share the experience with us.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. So, one of the experiences that I have had or I am currently in. So, in South Africa, there's this thing where we have professional learning committees, for example, where we have teachers from different schools who are teaching the same subject. They then come form a committee. We are then responsible for setting question papers for exam papers for that specific subject, or come up with class activities or whatever documents that can be used to assess our learners. So one of the unique things that I love about this team is that even though we are not meeting have face-to-face meetings time and again, we are able to come up with strategies where we can work together and share the workload equally amongst us. One person will be responsible for this grade, the other one will be responsible for this grade, the other one will be responsible for setting such an assessment, and that really makes the workload easier. It makes it easier in a sense that not one person has to focus on doing one thing or doing many things at a time. We're able to share the responsibilities, communicate, and in that way, we are trying to make sure that our learners in that specific grade are really performing at good levels and they are really achieving what we as teachers we want them to achieve. So I haven't really come across any challenges in that team. It's all been good, and I'm really enjoying being part of that committee. So yeah, that's my experience. Thank you.
Oh wow, that's so. From your experience now, what you enjoyed most is shared responsibility, right?
Yes, 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 yes,
So everybody knows what they want to do and they are doing it. So it relieves everybody. You're able to do your own duties and carry it out effectively. This one is, and everybody is
yes,
able to help one another, right?
yes, yes. That's yeah,
Oh,
shared responsibilities. Yes.
yes. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, I want another person to also share another experience with me, where you have been in a team and then you do not like the experience. You do not like, what's it called? You do not like the experience. You do not like, maybe how you are being treated, and so on like that. Do you have anybody that want to share that experience with us? What do you have anybody that want to share that experience with us? Maybe you have been in a particular team before, and then what happened, what transpired, what do you see that you can say, oh, I wish it was not like this, and so on. Do you have anybody that want to share? If it's not, I will call names. I will have to, like I said, I know us, so I will have to call names. We are just trying to balance things together. I have a very good view. I still have one more question to ask before we go to the real teaching. Okay, so Mr. Oyelakin, can you give us an experience? Have you been? If not, let us know. If it is yes, let us know as well. Mr. Oyelakin, do you have any experience of such? Can you hear us, Mr. Oyelakin? Oh, okay. Okay, let's have you continue. Do you have experience of such? Maybe you have been
Uh,
in a team or group, or you have worked in a place before, and the team you do not like it, the setting, the structure, the experiences, and do you have any of such?
well, all the teams I've always been the head, so I'm always the one coordinating. The only experience I have is with my members when they are not doing their responsibilities, they are not showing up.
Okay, share that one. Share that one with us. Yes,
Mm,
share whether you are
ye-
a head or you are what's it called. Share that one with us.
yes, I was once the coordinator of the Emancipation Movement. And during my regime, we have some challenges with some of our members not doing their tasks, trying to catch up with our plans and make sure we fill up our activities. And we are able to tackle it in a way that we meet time to time. We ask what's their challenges, we provide solution, and from there we're able to achieve our goals. So it's not really a big problem, but it's just that we are check balancing everyone each and every time. So in order to make sure we have a perfect team.
Okay. Okay. Do you have anybody else? Maybe you have been. I actually want to so that we can correlate it. Um. Okay. Now that we have one, since everybody now in the comment box, in this team currently, and I want you to be as honest as possible. I want you to be as honest as possible. Just in the comment box, in one word, share what is your experience like. Just use one word to qualify your experience, your how everything has been. Use one word. Be as honest as possible. No hard feeling here. But like I said, it's an experience sharing, and then and a feedback mechanism as well. Is more reasons why we have to have this discussion. I wish everybody can be here. Please, if it's possible, let's try and also get others to still join. Okay, I'm expecting. Don't see me as a, what's it called? See me as a facilitator. If I go to schools, this is what I do. I'm a trainer, and I train, I coach a lot. So if I go to another organization, this is what exactly I would do as well. So I'm doing the same thing. Let me have feedback, your experience, and I will now call somebody to share with us. What do you see? What have you seen? What is supposed to be there? What is not supposed? What is not there yet? So all of these things. Okay, somebody say fantastic. Please be as honest as possible. Be as honest as possible. Um, I'm expecting all of us. So, Mr. Zacchaeus. Okay, somebody want to share. I'm coming. I will call you, Mrs. Valencia, Mr. Oyelaki. In one word, just share. Put it in the comment box. Let's have you. We are not working as a team yet. It is a learning ground. Okay, wonderful, Miss Valencia. Let's have your point. Let's have your point as well. Okay, while we are having Miss Valencia points, great. Okay, Mr. Zacchaeus, let's have your take. Share your experience. You are raising up your hand the other time.
Okay. I'm looking at my current place of work as the principal and the school administrator. And being a private school, I have my proprietress who has
Okay.
I mean, her foundation and experience is basically in the public parastatal, that is in the government schools. And in the private sector, I've been in this sector for over 20 years now. And being a leader, I know that we do things a bit different from the way that we do it in the public uh, organization. I mean, public schools. Like if we have dates, we'll try to merge international programs with our national programs to make our teaching and learning very rich and our activities very rich. But in this current place I am, I noticed that my boss will just want to follow the government in total. If they say you are resuming a particular date, we must resume that particular date. If the government says you are closing this particular date, she does not want to look at it. She just want to change. And when the government starts talking about they don't want to do graduation, graduating students from one level to the other in secondary school, primary school, she also want to follow the same thing. Like currently, she's not charging the graduating student, not even anybody, for party. She just want a Thanksgiving stuff, and it's not encouraging. She wasn't ready to feed them. She wasn't ready to even make them participate. I just feel disorganized, that because in my experience that never been like that. I've worked with international schools where we work together even with parents. Parents during those such activities, they have awards parents give to students, to staff, and also school have awards to give to staff and also parents. You know, a lot of things. So I feel that arrangement of not being able to, stand with the fact that she's supposed to be international in nature. It's really it's affecting me, and definitely she will always say, "It is my school. You cannot dictate to me what I am supposed to do." So it's a bad experience for me. It's like a 20 years setback. And another thing is the use of technology. We are very, very low about that. I've suggested many things we can do. She has never given it a thought. So it's a bad experience on my side. Thank you.
Okay, I think to sum up that experience is that number one is there is no the leader does not have a listening ear or something like that. Part of it, that there is this communication gap, lack of innovation, and so on. So these are what makes the experience. Now, why are we sharing all of these things? Is that in building for us as human beings, 4 or 5 things are very important when people want to remember a particular place. Most of the time, people remember 5 things in a group. And that is why, as leaders, we must intentionally build them. The first thing that people remember is how you empower them. And sometimes when you start forming a team, and then a team must realize that coming together is for empowerment. It is not only to distract. I also come to rules, responsibilities, and all of those and restrictions. Because I have 5R that guides every team. All of these are not in the what's it called in the but when somebody is coming into a particular team, that they have what is called, they want to have expectations. We as human beings, the first thing that starts our what's it called is expectation. And the important thing I usually tell people is that expectation is the mother of manifestation. When you want to see things happen, that so the first question another question I will ask, put it in the comment box. For joining this team, what are your expectations? And that is why when you have those expectations, you now compare it with the roles and responsibility that you have. Expectations is very important. Now, for instance, for me, what am I expecting from? Of course, you have what you are expecting from the team, from the organization, and from me as well, and from everybody. I also have what I'm expecting from you, from this team as a whole, and from the organization that we have set up. So, to build a strong team, individuals that are coming in have 5 major E's. Number one is expectation. So the work I will give you now is that put in the comment box what are your expectations. So your expectation, you write it in 3 phases. What you are expecting as a person, what you are expecting from the team, and then what you are expecting as an organization. I want everybody to. These are very important information that serves as feedbacks. Most of the time when I go for trainings in schools, I usually tell school owners that if people will put their minds in to do things, one, you must understand what they are expecting. We must come to a parallel line where I am expecting something, you are expecting something, and both of us are getting it at the same time. So we call it a win-win situation. So I wanted to put it in the comment. I'm expecting us to do that. Now, after expectation, which is the mother of manifestation, if you see any team, if you see anything that things are happening, it is because expectations are met. If you see any parent or any customers that are coming back because their expectations are met, every human being have expectations. And when their expectations are met, you will see them manifest fully. You see them loyal. So that's the first thing. Everybody is coming with an expectation. Everybody is coming. I'm expecting others to put somebody's in. So tell us your expectation, your expectation, then what you're expecting from the team. What should the team look like for you? What should the team look like? What you're expecting from the organization, and then what you're expecting. So I gave you 3 work to do. Please, I want everybody, these are very important feedback. As you are jotting it down, I want somebody, I don't know if I put AI was it called, so that it can help me transcribe. Let me see if AI can help me transcribe. Okay, I think it's on now. Let me see so I can get. So why am I saying that? I'm saying that because it is important that we pay attention to that. So having said that, I'm expecting this feedback here. After expectation, people want to be equipped or empowered. Every human being coming to an organization wants to be equipped or empowered. They want to be equipped or empowered. They want to be so. The first frustration that comes in for person that are serious, is that when somebody see that the person, the organization is not adding anything to them, they are not learning new things. And the same thing happens to whether you are a leader in the school. If people see that in your leadership they are not learning anything new things, they do not tend to be loyal, or they do not tend to work with you. Is a fact. For instance, let's say I'm a person at this level that I am. The organization I'm going to join will be an organization that can take me from the level that I am to the level but if the the empowerment is not making me to taking me to another level, then I might begin to look at what am I doing here. And that's what happened to a lot of schools. That's what happened to a lot of schools. Because a teacher, or what's it called, they will not look at themselves. In the last 1 year, what has this organization had to me? What skill have I gained? What knowledge have I garnered? And so on like that. And which is very important. Number 3 is experience. When people join organization, they are looking forward to an experience. And I usually tell people that experience are created, experience are designed, experience are formulated so that people can have can enjoy their stay. Of course, does that mean everything will be positive all along? No. But along the line, people must be able to say, I enjoy being part of this team. Why? Because of the experience. And what makes experience? How people are being treated. Number one, how we work together, how we do things together, how we've shared bond and build bond. These are some of the things that makes that community experience. For instance, I was sharing with a particular set of teachers. I said the same thing happened with your children. Most of the time when you teach, and only thing you do is to talk and talk, you are not creating experience. The first thing you have done to those children, you have disconnected them emotionally. People connect emotionally before they connect mentally. I want you to take that from me. People connect emotionally. We are all emotion. There are 3 phases where we connect majorly. At those levels, people become family. People become so connected. Number 1, we connect emotionally, we connect physically, and then of course we connect spiritually, and more importantly, we connect mentally. So the emotions come first. You will want to listen to me if you feel that I like this person, I like the way he does, and so on like that. If you don't like me, there is high tendency that you may not want to be here. Am I saying the correct thing? Let's assume Mr. Oyelakin did not like me. Every time I say let us meet, will he want to meet? Also to meet, Mr. Oyelakin. Let's assume you don't like me. Just let's create that scenario that I don't want to see his face. I don't like him the way he's always does and everything. Most of the time, would you want, if maybe by obligation, but in most cases, would you want to really talk to me or connect with me or even hear from me? Let me just hear from me, Mr. Oyelakin. Would you want to do that? Would you want to do that? Can you hear me, Mr.
No,
Oyelakin?
no, sir. No. Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
So I was saying that if you don't like me as a person, maybe you are not connected emotionally, you don't want to see my face. Like this, what's it called? This particular training that we have now. It's possible for you to have given excuse, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's assume you don't like someone, and then the person is. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. The network was breaking up.
Oh, okay. How do you react
Attend
in
if I
that
don't like
case?
it.
Yes. What are some of the things you're
I
gonna
said
if you don't
I
like?
won't attend if I don't like it. Okay. Yes, I will, number one, I will give excuse. I will give
First,
excuse. I will give any excuse.
first that people you connect emotionally before they connect mentally, and that's why John Maxwell will say you ask before you ask for a hand, get the heart. You first connect to the heart before you ask for the hand. So what does that mean? That and one of the things that connects people is the experience that they have. And experience is a combination of your interactions, the impression, and the actions. The impression, it may be a first impression. Maybe you have, and that's why some persons, although you will say they don't know you, but maybe they have had what's it called, an impression about you. That impression is what they are still having over time. So they will say, I don't like that person. Not because they really know you, but because they've had an impression about you at one point or the other. So impression, interaction, and actions usually culminate experience that we have. So experience is very important. The other two, I will mention them later. So, what am I saying in essence is that when people are coming to an organization, there is an expect they want they're expecting something. They want to be educated, equipped, empowered, and number three is that they want an experience. They want an experience, and so these are what makes people want to stay. Now, how do we build a team that wins, or what is a team? What when we say a team that wins, what do we when we say, okay, when we say a team, okay, I've gotten Mr. Zacchaeus feedback. When we say a team that wins, what do we mean by that? What we mean by that is that a team that is intentionally built on four pillars, and when they are being built, they develop, and then they practicalize whatever they have learned, and that's what we are talking about. So let's look at um, what team building means. First and foremost, let me reiterate the meaning of a team that we know. Or who can tell me what's the meaning of a team? What's the meaning of a team? When we say a team, what does it mean? A team. Who? I think everybody should know that one. Okay, let me help us. A team is a group of persons working together towards a common goal. Group of people or persons working together towards a common goal. Now, two keywords there. An individual does not make a team. A team starts from two or more. So when you have two or more people gathering, when you have two or more people being together, that's a team. And then in this organization we are more than 2. That means we qualify to be a team. However, we just because of numbers does not qualify us to be a team alone. Both number and the goals or what bring us together make us a team. So the quantity and the quality of relationship is what makes a team. Let me repeat myself. The quality and the quantity is what makes a team. So that means that it is possible that we are plenty and we do not make sense. And then our gathering is doesn't really warrant it. And it is possible that we are not plenty, but we make sense. That means in that case, we say quality is greater than quantity. But in a real sense, a team is always balanced when there is quantity and quality. When I say quantity, it means that the people that are needed are there. Because when the responsibilities are greater than the people, you are going to have problem. So a team is hinged on the quality of people and the quantity. Quality serves productivity, quantity serves efficiency. Quality serves effectiveness, quantity serves efficiency. That means a team is also must be efficient and effective. Efficient because they does what there needs to be done and then they do it well. That's effectiveness. So what are we trying to say in essence that team a team is a group of persons achieving a common goal. So there must be a common goal. So the next question I'm going to ask us, some persons are not active here. I want Mr. Christopher to be that who can tell me in the comment box what is a common goal? What is that thing that brought us together? Because if you don't know what brings you here, you can't do what you are expected to do. Purpose precedes performance. Performance produces productivity. You cannot be productive when you are not performing, and you cannot perform when you don't know the purpose. I will still talk about the 5 P's as well of a team. All of these are not in my slide. I didn't even prepare. I didn't even intend to use this slide anyway. So because I've done a lot of leadership trainings for organizations, so I'm speaking from my experience now. So let me ask us in the comment box, if you don't respond, I want everybody to put it in the comment box. What do you think is the common goal that brought us together? What is the common goal that everybody must answer this question? Mr. Christopher, Mr. Yelakin, Miss Valencia, Mr. Zacchaeus, I want a feedback on the comment box. I want you to, that's a way to even get feedback. That do we even understand what brought us together? Because without what brings us together, we cannot move forward. When the purpose of a thing is not known, then how to go about it will be difficult. So purpose precedes performance. Performance produces result. So every time a team wants result, they must understand the purpose. That is what that make them to perform. Okay, only 2 persons are responding. Mr. Christopher, let me hear from you. Mr. Christopher, let me hear from I need to hear from you, please. I need to hear from you. Mr. Christopher, Mr. Oyelaki, you are not responding, no. Mr. Christopher, Mr. Oyelaki, I need to hear from you. Okay. Okay. I'm getting some very interesting feedback. Okay. From what I've seen so far, is Mr. Christopher still there? From what I've seen so far, um, some are God bless you. God bless you. Um, Three persons are very they got it correct. Are very close. Our common goal, what brought us together, is that we want to build a community that advances quality education in African schools. Simple as that. The essence the essence of us being here is that we are building a team, and the team wants a community, or is building a community, or is building a network that houses school across the continent with a sole purpose: drive quality education in African schools. Simple as ABC. So that's what brought us here. So the essence of the African Schools Network is that it's going to serve as a community, it's going to serve as a hub, it's going to serve as a pillar, it's going to serve as a frontier advancing quality education in the continent, especially in K-12 schools. That is what and then we are here to be part of that team that is making sure that thing come to pass, and that's the purpose. So we must understand that purpose that will lead to performance. Okay, so having said that, having identified our common goal, so we are going to learn about concept of team building. We are going to learn about recognizing the characteristics of a team building, appreciate the importance of teamwork in achieving our vision, develop practical strategies for improving collaboration. Now, let's talk about team building. Um, Team building is generally a deliberate process of bringing individuals together to improve communication, trust, collaboration, commitment, so they can work effectively towards a common goal. So when we say we want to build a team, what we are saying is that we are bringing together all of us like this and say, let us improve some qualities, let us improve some habits, let us improve some character, let us improve strategies that will make us work together effectively. So, and then when we are working together effectively, we are working towards a common goal. So why does team building matters? Number one is that when we build a strong team, we are able to communicate effectively. Poor communication is um, one of the salient points, or one of the offshoots of poor team. When there is a poor communication, people cannot communicate, and that's why I'm still going somewhere. I wish everybody can be here. I'm still going somewhere. If there is a poor communication, there's a poor team. And then if you are observing that, that means we need to start deliberate. And the essence of tonight's discussion, and somebody mentioned that we have not built a team yet, which is very correct. What we have currently is a group of people. We have not had working together towards a common goal. Currently, what we have is a group of people. We call it structure. So, and a team is made up of structure, system, and strategies. Structure is the first thing. Who does what? And where is your what's it called? But system is how the things are being done, effective working together. Then strategies are the common goal we are talking about. to achieve a particular thing. What we are going to do to achieve that particular thing, which is advancing quality education. So when that person said so, the person was correct. So the whole idea of tonight's session is that we want a situation where we want to start intentionally building team. Let me say this: building a team is an intentional effort. Take note of that. Underline that. Nobody build a team by accident. People must decide that this must work. We must decide that we want to work together before things can be. Take note of that. So it's always an intentional thing. And then it is not always one-sided, or else it will be imbalanced. It is a collective decision to make things work so that the goals can be achieved. Take note of that. Now, having said that, why do we need to build a team? Number one, when we have a proper team, what happens is that there is improved communication, there is trust and mutual respect, the problems are solved, productivity is encouraged, there is innovation, the conflict are reduced, there is accountability, and then organization structure is strengthened. Of course, there is high retention. People, all of us, we want to stay. If the team is not good, over time, all of us will not want to stay. It's the truth. It's the truth. So it must be intentional thing so that everybody will say, I must be part of this. Even people outside want to be part of us. I don't know if you have seen a situation where you are looking at a team and how are these people doing? And I wish I'm part of them. How many of us have had that experience before? That you are saying, how are these people doing it? I love the way they do. I love the result they are achieving. And I wish to be part of them. If you can signify, if you have seen something like that before, what you are seeing that you are cherishing and you want to be part of it takes time, a year of effort, times of effort and intentional building that everybody is putting there. So having said that, number two is that when we build a team, there will be fast decision. We will spend less time in managing quality, second guessing, and the likes, and then we have better outcomes. Now, having said that, if you have a weak team and if our team is not strong, number one, all of us will want to leave, and it's the truth. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Nobody wants to be part of something that they are not proud of. You don't want to be part of something you are not proud of, and then um, everybody wants to leave. Number two is that um, there will be blame game. It's because this person did not do this. That's why I did not do this. That's one of the things when you have a weak team. Yeah, this one is not doing it now, so that's why I'm not doing my own. And then the third one is that there is lack of productivity. They will have a lot of goals. They will have a lot of plans. They will have a lot of what's it called, but there will be no result. A lot of goals and less results. That's the function of a weak team. And then the question we ask ourselves is that you observe that we also have a lot of goals, but we have not been able to achieve more. Why? Because we have not started building a team. So at the end of this session, we have to make commitments to build teams. Now, having said that, what is the 4 pillars of a high-performing team? What is the 4 pillars of a high-performing team? Number one, trust. Psychological safety. I was discussing with someone today, and then the person was telling me that the person left a particular group, and then I asked him, "You left this group, why now?" And I said, "I don't think I trust them." It was just this morning. I don't think I trust what they are doing there. It's shady. I don't know. I really do not trust people that are there. I do not trust their integrity and the likes. And that's how people are. in all sincerity. If you are in a particular group and you feel that you are not be able to trust those kind of places, you will not want to commit. So psychological safety, and it happens to schools too. If parents don't trust you, they won't put their children in your school. Is the truth. As a leader, if your staff do not trust you, they won't give their 100%. They will relate with you as a boss than as a leader. And then when people are relating with you as a boss, it's based on obligation, not based on respect. So it is important that um, uh, uh, when there is trust, people will want to take risks because you know that I trust. This organization I trust. Ideas get challenged on merit, not on who said them. I hope you know that it's in some organizations, people don't trust themselves. Ah, this person, yeah, he wants to achieve something. That's why he's doing this. Oh. So when the person share idea, they will be tackling that idea. Why? It's not because the idea is not good, but because the person that said that thing. I don't know if you have explained. I have experienced it a lot of time. When everybody, we all know that the idea is good, but because it was said by so person, people do not trust it, and that is a trust issue. When you have trust issue in a particular place, there is a problem. So, so trust is very important. The first question will now be, how well do we trust ourselves? So trust, and then I also say that trust, respect, honor. I call it those three things. Trust, respect, honor are earned. You don't command them. You earn it. Please, as a leader, take note of that. People only trust you when you have said A over time. You said A today. Tomorrow they met A. You said A tomorrow. Next tomorrow they met A. Over time, they now say, oh, this person is trustworthy. People don't trust at one instance. They trust over different, what's it called? Then secondly, is that respect. Respect is also earned based on the influence you have on people, what you contribute to their life, to their journey, and everything. And honor is based on who you are. The overall summary of who. So trust is based on what you say and how you act. Respect is based on what you do. Honor is based on who you are. All of them are earned, not commanded. So you must take note of that. So we must begin to intentionally build trust. Now, what is second pillar? Communication. Communication. I will see. This recording. Everybody will listen to it. We will still digest it after, and then because I want everybody to be around. Please, Mr. Zacchaeus, let's ensure that people listen to this and we are around. We maybe just for just 30 minutes, 1 hour to discuss all of these things and now to go forward with it. It's very, very important. Now, communication, nothing beats communication. Um, uh, when we don't communicate, we cannot collaborate. Consistent communication builds committed collaboration. We only get to commit to continue to work together when we stay and talk together. So that one is still lacking. All of these things we are saying now, we have not started it at all, and that is where we have to sit down and look at ourselves. How do we start? For me personally, this organization just starts today, and if you have seen my post, we have started to unveil the board members. So for me, and then after them, our own letter will also come out. They will start onboarding us as executive as well. So for me, we have just started. And now that we are starting, all of these foundation are very important. So communication. communication. Then again, we are not sometimes we usually have a lot of issues when it comes to communication. It's not necessarily when we want to do things alone that we should communicate. Sometimes okay, let me ask, apart from the meeting time, who among us do talk to 3 or 4 people in the group? Raise up your hand. Apart from task, apart from instructions, or what's it called, outside was how many persons do you communicate with that you usually talk to? I want you to put it in the comment box. That apart from tasks, like, how many people you do usually talk with and discuss with? I'm expecting feedback. I'm expecting feedback. How many people do you usually talk with? How many persons do you usually talk with? Please let's give feedback. Like I said, it's gonna be feedback. I'm still going to ask some questions. So, okay. Somebody say 1. Okay, Miss Favor. Mr. Oyelakin, it's like Mr. Oyelakin is not here. This is not School Summit Africa team. This is African Schools Network. Miss Miriam that you are mentioning, you are not in African. They are not in African Schools Network team. Okay. Somebody said 1. Now that shows that we really need to work together. Communication is very important. So the first action point for today, tomorrow, get to know everybody on the team. Message them, talk with them, at least spend 5 minutes with them, maybe on call or on a chat. Maybe on call or a chat. Get to talk with them. That's the first assignment tomorrow. Just talk about anything and then start to build relationship with them. That's the first assignment for today's class. Now, number 3, the third pillar. The third pillar of building a team after communication and trust is shared goals. Everyone can describe the same target, and now their work moves it. This is one of the most important. And then I usually tell people like this: don't start anything till you understand everything. Do you get my point? Don't start anything till you understand everything. Clarity and communication is important to commitment. Why? Because if you do not get clarity about things, there is no way you can run with it. So one of the first things that I will now, this is where the second assignment comes in. If I ask anybody now, what is ASN vision, mission, core values, corporate goals, and what's it like? Most people will not know. And then between now and December, what are we trying to achieve? Most people will not know. And then if you don't know that, there is no way you want to see yourself, how your work fitting. There is no way you want to see how your work fitting into that thing. It is important too. And that's one of the things that usually mark me out when I'm in a team. The first thing I want to know is, what are we trying to achieve? Then how does my role contribute to what we are trying to achieve? If you have not asked that question, that's if this is the time you are supposed to answer that question now. So this is my second assignment for today's class. Go and get the ASN profile document and study it like you are studying your holy books. Study it like you are studying your holy books. Then also get the calendar that we did for July to December. Study it like we are studying the holy book. Tomorrow, we are going to do the practical aspect of this, what's it called? By looking at, I will ask everybody to talk about the vision in life. in your own time, because this is what makes you to really be a team member. What you do is as important about what you know about an organization. Let me repeat myself. Yes, you may be doing a lot of work, and that is why people can be active and not productive when they are not effective in whatever they have learned about the organization. So it is important that you realize that what you do is important, but what you know is much more important, because it is what you know that guides what you do, and what you do will ultimately lead to what you get. So take note of that. And that's why if I ask all of us now, do you know the vision, the mission, the core values, and the likes? Everybody will go and know it. Then you also go and know your job roles and responsibility. You also go and know the calendar for this between July and December, between July to December. So that when you're now looking at your job responsibility, how does what I supposed to do, how does it correlate with what you are trying to achieve for the rest of the year and what the organization stands for? You must have that balance in your mind, well settled in your subconscious. If not that, it is possible you can be working and be doing a lot of work, and those work may not make sense. Is the truth. So all of this, we must come to a point where everyone can describe the same target. When you wake up, Mr. Oyelakin, this is what we are trying to achieve. The same thing you are going to hear from Mr. Zacchaeus. The same thing you are going to hear from Ms. Valencia. Why? Everybody can describe the same target and how their works move towards it. So we don't assume goals. We write them down, which is they're already down. Now, the next one, which is the fourth pillar, is mutual accountability. Mutual accountability. This is this is always missing in a lot of organizations. Like I said, we have not started a team. We just want to start, and that's why we're having this session. Now, now that you now know the shared goal, how your work fits into it, and all of that, the next thing that comes for building an effective team is mutual accountability. That means that people are committed to what they are doing, and they own it, and they are ready to give feedback of what they do. An organization that is full of people that are not accountable cannot go far. Because when you understand that if I'm supposed to do A and I'm not doing it, I will be questioned. And after being questioned, I will be queried. Accountability matters. And that's why it is possible that you notice that nobody will ask me, nobody will query me, nobody will question me, nobody will have what's it called with me. They can give you something to do, and in 3 months you won't do it, giving excuses up and down. But if you understand that there is accountability, I need to give reports in 1 week's time, you will know that it is important to do what you are expected to do. When there is no accountability, there can be sustainable productivity. When I use the word sustainable, what I mean is that we are productive over a long period of time, not we are productive this week, and after 1 month, we are not productive again. So it is accountability that brings sustained productivity. So it is important that we build a team that is accountable. And what makes accountability works? When you give report, you are given a target, and then you have a report, you have a feedback. There's a feedback mechanism, and then everybody that is not meeting it are sanctioned appropriately. But if people know that there is no consequences for failing to do what they are supposed to do, they will keep on doing it. And then once one person is unaccounted for, another person will join in. The top person will join in. Before you know, everybody becomes non-accountable. That's how it starts. That's how it is. So it is important that we build accountability. So those are the major 4 pillars. How do teams develop? Forming, storming, all of this one. This is the forming stage now. But we are going to move from forming stage. I told you, get to meet with other people tomorrow and realize. Then starting from now, we'll go to storming stage where we are going to be having to challenge each and everybody. At that from norming stage where you are challenged, conflicts are about to happen. That can be scuffle, that can be disagreements, and so on. The essence of those storming stage is everybody to build character that is needed for long-term commitment and results. Then back to norming. Then so everybody starts setting down. Okay, we have now known ourselves, and everybody start performing before. Then we don't need to adjourn. It's not a small time project. So what do? We do we build team activities that works. So during our meeting, as part of commitment, part of our meeting now, maybe 10 to 20 minutes, we are going to be infusing team building activities that bring us closer together. That's the first thing to do. And then once in a while as well, just as a special program, the person in charge of HR, Mr. Zakos, take notes. Sometimes we may not need to come and do classes like this. Maybe we just come together and have some team building activities once in a while, maybe once in a quarter, just to enjoy each other's presence. Please take note of that. Now, having said that, what are the common pitfalls? Number one, we must make time for team building, and we must treat it as real work. It should be part of our training. It should be part of our human resources, special strength, special programs, team building programs that can help us. And then when we are planning a team building program for us, attach it to areas where we are weak. I will still in the meeting. Everybody is not here. We are still going to identify. Okay, for those that are here, do another exercise for me. Can you list for me areas where we are weak that we need to quickly work on? You can list as much as possible. I want everybody to answer to this one so that we can start picking it up and then start building team, having team building activities around it. What are areas where we are still weak currently? Everybody, I want you to list them down for me. List them down for me. I'm expecting our feedback. Are we there? Commitment and strong collaboration. Yes. Thank you. Very, very salient point. Okay, others, let's put it there. What are the areas that we are weak? Let's put it there. I'm expecting us. Which area are we weak at? And then, okay. Collaboration. Yes, that's another strong point. We are here to be collaborating. We are here to be collaborating. Being active and productivity, effectiveness. Okay. We've gotten feedback. Thank you for the feedback. God bless you. Now, how do we measure whether a team is LD? How do we measure whether a team is LD? How do we measure whether a team is LD? We look at goal alignment, communication and clarity, trust index, accountability. And then of course, you observe that all these 4 pillars that we mentioned, they must be at the right side, high side. At least more than 60% must be in a team. The reason why it's at this level is because you may not expect to have 100% of them. There is quote and unquote, there is no perfect team. There is only a growing team. Over time, we continue to grow. So, having said that, but you know, observe that the index is very high in terms of goal alignment. That means everybody understand the goal and what they are supposed to do to see it come to pass. Okay, before we do that, before we begin to wrap up, let me quickly mention few things that also make um, a team very strong. Is what I call the P's and the halves. For the halves is number one role. For the for the three halves is roles. What role are you going to play? What roles are you playing? So what roles? What's your role? You must understand clearly your roles, and responsibilities. Your roles and responsibilities. Your roles and responsibility. So if you have not understand that, go back to the book and study it like you are studying a Bible. Go back to the group and study it like you are studying a Bible. Every team, everybody in a team that will perform must know their roles and responsibilities. If I ask any one of us that tell me five of tell me your roles, your role is always one. Your responsibilities can be 4, 5, as the case may be. Role is that if I'm, let's say I am, my role is director of media and publicity. That's a role. I'm in charge of media and responsibility. Responsibilities will not be maybe 4 or 5. I ensure social media are where was it called. Number two, whatever information the organization want to pass out, I'm in charge. But so those are responsibilities. Role is usually singular. I'm a director of registration and mobilization. Director of, that means I am in charge of um I'm in charge of registration. Any school that want to join ASN, I register them. I'm also in charge of ensuring that we get more schools. If we have 5, I want to make it 10. If you have 10, I want to make it 20. If you have 20, I want to make it 50. That's mobilization and registration. Now, under that's role. Under responsibilities now, I'm supposed to register. I'm supposed to keep the database, store them in database, provide information to the team, how it is going. Those are responsibilities. So a team is active when members understand their role and they are performing their roles and responsibilities. That's the first R. The second R is rules. When members understand the rule that and the rule, the code of conduct that guides how you behave, that guides what you say, what you do, how you say it, when to report, when not to report, and so on like that. You must understand the rules, and there are rules. It is called code of conduct. How to behave when they give you work and ask you to submit in 48 hours. If the rule says you must submit nothing less than 48 hours or maximum of 72 hours, obey the rule. So when you understand the role and the responsibility, the next thing is to understand and obey the rules. That's how people get effective. And the third thing of that how is restrictions. Understand your restriction. Every role and responsibilities has its own restrictions. And every organization must have restriction. That is why we have what is called organogram. And this is one of the things I fight school with. I was once in a school where um, teachers go directly to meet the proprietors, and there is a lot of confusion everywhere. There was a time I had to just come in and I took time to speak with the owner. I said, "Ma, this school will collapse very soon if care is not taken. Why? People don't understand restrictions. People don't understand restrictions. So every organization and every role in that organization must have its own jurisdiction and restrictions. You can't say anything anyhow. You can't go to talk to anybody anyhow. There is a level you must get to. But so when you are now promoted to another level, then you act according to that level. So there must be restriction, or else behavior will not be guided. People, there'll be a lot of confusion, frustration, and the likes. So these three things makes you effective even as a leader and as a team player. You must understand your roles and responsibilities. You must understand the rules that guides the organization you are carrying the role, and then you must understand the restrictions. And then as I wrap up, the next thing I will also mention is the piece of an effective team. We have talked about you as a leader, you as a person in that team. Those three things you must. The next thing, every team member, as collectively now, is number one, we must know the purpose of our coming together. When the purpose of a team is not known, abuse is not only abuse now, uh, everything will collapse. So that's why I asked us, what is the purpose? What's our vision? Purpose. A team must be guided by purpose. That's number one. Number two, that we must know as a team is when we know our purpose, we must know our priorities. Now, purpose have responsibilities. Responsibilities have priorities. Let's say we have 10 things to do. You must be able to list them in order of priority. Which one comes first? When we don't know which one comes first, you will do what you are not supposed to do when you're not supposed to do them. Timing. And then you will not still get the result. And you now be complaining that the thing is not working. It is not that it is not working because the priorities are not set right. For instance, at this stage, we cannot be going to look for grants. What have we done? I don't know if you are getting the point. Let's say as an organization, we now say, oh, now that we have African School Network, now let's start looking for grants. It doesn't make sense. We may look for grant later, but not now. That should not be the priority. The priority should be all the programs that we have. Let's enforce them. Let's do them. Let's pilot them. Let's see how it works. Let's scale them. Let's continue with the number. That should be the priority for now. So when we know the purpose, the next thing are the priorities. Then a strong team plans. When you now know your priority, that is planning. Purpose, priorities, planning. Purpose, priorities. Let's say we say, what are we trying to achieve? The purpose of coming together. What are we trying? We now list them together. Let's say they are 25. I'm just using as an example. The next thing to do is let's set them in order of priority. To do 25 things, let's start with this one. After this one, let's do this one. After this one, let's do this one. After this one, that's priorities. The next thing that follows is planning. We look at how do we go about it? What should we do? We plan. Then after planning is performance. And I've observed so well that most teams may have purpose, may have priorities, may plan, but they don't perform. When you don't perform, no matter how the first three stages are, you are not going to get any result. You understand the purpose, you set the priorities, you make the plans. The next thing, you perform the action. You perform the action. And this work with teams, also work with individual, because it is in the performance that you get the results, not in the planning. Planning in science, we usually say something, we call something hypothesis. Hypothesis will just remain a statement of fact. when it's not backed up with experiment, which is the action. If you like, you say a tree can fall from a fruit fall from tree. You must show us evidence by performing it. Perform something to show us that truthfully a fruit can fall from a tree, or else we will not believe, or else there will not be result. The same thing, or else if you like have 1 million plan, oh, by 25 in 25 years time we are going to have 50 schools, in this one we are going to have this. All the plans are good, but in all sincerity, if actions are not taken, they will remain as planned, they will remain inert, they will remain inert. So when you now perform, when you perform, the last thing, the last P of a team is the product, and that is what is visible to people. It is the performance that produce the product. What people now want to see, all this one that you are saying, purpose and life, people that are outside the team, they will not see that one. No, it doesn't concern them. The only thing people recognize is the product. What is the effect, or what is the result of all the talking, all the meetings, all the work you have put? If it does not have effect, you have not done anything. The winners take it all, the loser lose it all. That's the game of life. So we must understand that what people want to see is the product, the result. It doesn't concern them whether we take 1 million years to plan for it, or 1 million years to execute it. What they want to see. So it is that product ultimately that defines a team. At the outside world, I'm not talking about the inside now. In the inside, we know that, oh, the team is have love, they communicate well. Those one does not concern people that are outside. Whether you communicate well, or whether you are, what's it called, it doesn't concern them. What concern them, what is coming out from this team, what are they achieving together, and that is the product. So from purpose down to product, those are the end points. The purpose must align, the product must be as a result of the purpose. If the product is not meeting the purpose, there is a misalignment in the priorities, in the performance, and in the planning. So it is very important we take note of that. So this is what defines a team overall. And then that is where we want to start from as we journey. For me, personally, the journey have just started. The journey have just started. So what assignments will I give us today? Number one, to build trust, communicate. And I've given you, ensure that by tomorrow you speak with at least 3 members of the team, heart to heart talk. Secondly, go and study the profile of ASN, the vision and the life. Study your job role, study the code of conduct and every other thing, and look at how it works together with your. So we are gonna by tomorrow we are going to do the practical aspect of it, where everybody talks about their role and how they think it's fitting. We now look at I also said we study July to December plan, and now it's what's it called, so we can set our priorities right, and so on and so forth. So that is what will make our meeting tomorrow. On this note, I want to say thank you for listening. I hope you have learned one or two things from this lecture. If there are questions, let me know. Back to the our convener for this powerful meeting, Mr. Zacchaeus. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope we'll maximize what we have learned today. God bless you. Thank you so much, Mr. Zacchaeus. Mr. Zacchaeus, take it from me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Oh, this loaded and this very explicit. We appreciate you for this. It's been encouraging and it has expanded our learning. So what we need to do, okay, you have given us the assignment, but I feel that this platform, the new platform that we have, does not have those documents that you like. The ASN profile is not on that platform. It is on the previous platform, and some of us have logged out. Like I have logged out of it, and so I'll sincerely request for the maybe resharing of the files for our ASN profile, so that we can go back to study as expected. So, and also, think we need the replay of yesterday and today's today's meeting, the replay, so that every one of us, both that are not here, those of us that are not in this meeting today. Yesterday was better. I think we had about 14 participants yesterday. Today is very, very poor. We have just 5. Out of the 5, one person has gone out. So we are left with 4, which to me is not the best for us at all. So please, sir, kindly send those documents so that we can go through.